I'm going to read 3 stories. The first one is 53 words long, and it won the Press 53 word story contest. It's a weekly contest, so I encourage you guys to check out Press 53 online. What space is for? Saturn is the biggest planet on Earth, the girl says, and I know exactly what she means. Then we drink our juice, my thighs scraping the underside of the table made for her thighs. She has no mother, and I have no daughter, so the agency puts us together. Planets fill holes. This next piece is called The Man with the Bottle and the Nerve, and it was published in Blip magazine. Oh, the police. They can be mystical, protecting constantly some unread book of infractions with sections and subsections scorched into law. How do they remember all that is wrong to do, from loitering to reeking? And why is it that these 2 glib sins are only illegal when done on the street corner, but not in the privacy of one's own home, if one had a home to call one's own? The cop arrives, the gathered wriggle away like rattlesnakes. His jacket is a plastic form of leather, shiny as soot. Some horses have coats that same color and sheen, but when you look closer, their black is brown, auburn, even cinnamon. In nature, no color is exactly what it seems, and so much depends on the light, which is to say, the angle of the sun, moon, and earth, that triangle that keeps us aloft and keeps us going and keeps us moving even when we think we are standing still. But on the corner, if a globe can be said to have a corner, the colors are stark and immutable, soot, neon, bleached. One man does not scatter with the others. He tips his bottle, sheathed modestly in a bag, into his mouth. He knows without reading it, without reading anything at all, that this is an infraction in that governing book. But he also knows that this draining of the bottle outside with others is part of what makes him human. To loosen your collar, spank your normal drift goodbye, so much worse to do these inside and alone. The cop stands frozen, one hand on his stick, the other on the rings dangling from his belt, keeping them silent, maintaining the church of the moment, even as cars and radios and yelling are painting the air around him. The skin on the cop is caramel. On the man with the bottle and the nerve, it is darker, as if waterlogged by night. Despite the noise, the loudest is breath. One of these men knows the history of his species, even if that knowledge is encased in a cell bobbing in his bloodstream. The other man is midway between remembering and forgetting and doesn't know which way to go. There were other laws once, he knows, suddenly but certainly. And finally, a piece called Watching Sandra Be Loved by God that appeared in Tin House. My manager is waist deep in God, which is where I want to be. She barely blinks, smiles as if drugged or half asleep. Who wouldn't want such lassitude, especially among these aisles of plastic goods made in China for our little girls? The store is the kind of shrill, overlit ugly that makes you depressed if you do not believe in God, or if you don't know if you believe in God. To employ me to stock shelves and run a cash register took a leap of faith on Sandra's part, as my mouth falls most naturally into the unwelcoming, neutral position. No matter how hard I try to curve them, my lips end up sinking as if weighted. In this economy, it would be presumptive to say that I am overqualified for selling hair decorations in various shades of pink, lavender, and whatever is the new black. Many of the girls who come here with allowances used to sit at desks facing me and my trying to smile. "Mrs. Hertz," they say, not just surprised but impressed with my new position, surrounded as I am by ribbons and sparkle. Their moms know better, try to look away. When jobs get scarce, eye contact suffers. Merciful Sandra intervenes, tells me to take lunch by asking me if I want to take it. A pair of hot dogs is enough to satisfy my slim hunger, and I come back early because the best thing in my life right now is watching Sandra be loved by God. "How did you two first meet?" I ask her, as I repin my chest with my name, first name only, store policy. She shows me lizard eyes that cry only for good reasons. "I was walking across Broad Street and I just felt him by my side," she says. That night after selling my last barrette, I go down to Broad, look both ways. I'm wary, but the goal is to buck my own trends, to pool the resources that I lack, to find a really good reason to carry on. I will cross this street all night if I have to. Thank you so much.